Hello everybody, this is White Wolf, and I wanted to talk about visualization because I talk about it so much, but I wanted to break it down in grounded terms so that you guys can understand it and also put it in your lives in a very simplistic way, in a grounded way. And just understanding the nature of visualization is to give yourself a glimpse of what you're manifesting, what you're attracting within your life, how you can be that state of being whenever you want to, and how you are able to do that while you're in a meditative state. Almost place yourself into your future manifestations. And you can allow yourself in that moment to have that split second, to have that split energy, to where you can process the emotions, the intentions, the wisdom, and the manifestation that's trying to be fully realized, so that I can have some form of self-realization, but also contemplation. So that while you're meditating and you're visualizing and you're intending and you have the right emotions and you have the sensations and you're placing yourself there because you are channeling the energy of the future while you're maintaining the present moment. And visualization is so beautiful is because you can see your dreams fully realized. You can see yourself become a different person. You can see yourself as the person that is losing the weight. You can see yourself being the person that is physically fit. You can see yourself as a different human being because it gives you a much different perspective of how you visualize and how you see yourself, and also how you go about life in general and how you share and how you give. And it's literally allowing yourself to know that visualization is manifestation. When you have the intention, when you have the vision, you allow the vision to become who you are, and you allow it to be a representation of what you're becoming as source energy, visualization will allow you to penetrate the illusions or the patterns that you're assuming yourself to be. So it dissolves the sense of assumption. So visualization allows you to see, I can literally teleport into my future manifestations, but I can be there before it happens. I can have a destiny that's fulfilled before it happens. I can literally become the state of being that I want to be if I visualize it, if I really feel good about it, if I feel like it's my faith, and I feel like it's an interdimensional, international, universal love that's miraculously manifesting itself, because you're setting out those intentions to send a signal, but also you're allowing yourself to recalibrate how you feel, but you're also just allowing the miracle to be set into motion. And hello everybody, I see you guys, don't think I don't. Visualization will let you set the miracle in motion. It allows you to set the manifestation in motion, but it also allows you to reach your goals and your ambitions because you're thinking about it, you're writing it down, you're writing down the affirmations that correlate to your visualization, but then you take that brief moment that you allow yourself to meditate, and then you allow yourself to visualize it before it happens, but you generate the illusion itself, and you generate the sense perceptions, the emotions, the energy that's behind it, behind the vision, behind the reasoning of it all, and understanding that you are that manifestation, you are the visualization, you are the energy of consciousness that's bringing it forth, that's shining through you, that's being propelled to accept the faith, the consecration, and the embodiment of God's source energy fully realized in that visualization. And that's what makes it so beautiful when we meditate, because we're going to do a meditation that's going to simulate all this for you. But really understanding that everything is an embodiment of what you want to become. Your guides can help you do this. Your higher self can help you do this. Jesus can help you do this. But it just takes that extra step of faith to visualize what you want, to set the intention there, to place the energy there, but also have the other projections that you want inside of that parallel reality that you're having within yourself. So every time that you're visualizing, every time that you're coming into balance, every time that you're opening up to a new state of consciousness, when you're placing yourself there and you're allowing yourself to generate the emotions, the sense perceptions, and also the projections that are inside of that consciousness when you're visualizing it, you are already there in the future. It's not living in the past, wondering if you're going to have a future, because when we're only focused on the future, we don't generate the energy of the future. We're lingering within a memory. We're lingering within the reminiscence of a moment instead of being the essence of every single moment that happens. So that was my opening for this live, guys. I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be going live around 10 or 11 to do readings, healings, and activations. So if you're wondering, why am I talking and doing a meditation, that's why I'm doing that. So tonight, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I will be going live, like, share, and gift. So also you guys can book private sessions as well. And understanding that the present moment is a gift. And if you allow it to be the gift that keeps on giving, you can give yourself to God and allow yourself to visualize what you intend, what you want, what you desire, and allow it to be pure with your visualization. Every time you meditate in the morning, visualize yourself accomplishing something. Visualize yourself upping a state of consciousness. Visualize yourself being the creator of your life always, because you're allowing yourself to place the desired reality in the present, because now you're placing it in the present, so you're channeling the energy of the future, and you're letting go of the past, and you're letting go of focusing too much on the future, so you're not detracting it from yourself. So now you're a magnetic force, an electromagnetic kinetic source energy that's pulling all of these other vibrations towards yourself with your visualizations. It's literally tapping to the physicality of spirituality, but also the psychology and the non-physical side. So you're blending all three of those things together so that you're not in a state of disturbance. You're not in a state of, oh, I failed at this, I failed at that, or I can't do this. And then when you complain about it and then you get into a certain pattern, instead of taking a step back and just taking a deep breath and just allowing yourself to visualize it, allowing yourself to try to counterbalance the false projections and the false illusions, when you just allow yourself to bring it all together into a culmination of energy, into a culmination of visualization, and setting that intention in there and being that magnetic force that is attracting all of those different particles and energetic combinations and those archetypes that are inside of your energy, you literally allow yourself to visualize the job, visualize the relationship. You allow yourself to see your dream, and you release the resistance, and you lean into that love. And that's what's amazing. You lean into it, you feel into it, you perceive it, and you know that it's your resonance and it's your truth, because there's no type of resistance inside of it. And that's what's beautiful with your visualizations. So if you guys are wondering, I'm not doing the readings and healings yet. I'll be doing that around 10 or 11. And also I wanted to give a shout out to my clients this week. I really love you guys. Thank you guys for making appointments. And I want to thank you guys for watching these lives. I was too tired yesterday after my client. I actually took a nap and I was so tired and so drained. So I was getting a lot of downloads today. And I got this download where my cat was in its regular form. And it literally took me through like space and took me to these other cats. There was like a golden cat, a red cat, and it was like they were like big lions and things of that nature. And so they took me there and they all sat around me and they were helping me visualize with the childlike wonder of a 12-year-old, right? So I was sitting with these cats and they were helping me have the magnetic charge inside of myself, a visualization inside of myself with this prophetic vision. So I was sitting with these cats and they were charging my energy up. And they were helping me not only visualize what I want, help others to visualize what they intend and to relay it to them as a word picture. And as you get that word picture, you start using switch words for manifestation. And then you start to meditate upon that. And then that meditation turns into a visualization, taking yourself into the prophecy that is being fulfilled within your life. I don't know if that made any sense to you guys, but I hope that it did. But what this prophetic vision was showing me was they were helping me with my magnetic pull. They were helping me channel my energy, but they were also helping me make the prophecy be fulfilled within the prophetic vision, that we are able to generate these beautiful representations and these divine expressions of divine orchestration. And how we know what the prophecy is within our lives is understanding that our life has a general course about how we want to direct it, but we have the power to alter it, and we have the power to change it, and we have the power to empower the motivations that's behind the prophecy itself with the way we are intending, with the way we are visualizing. And understanding this is really getting to the point where we don't subject ourselves to anything else that does not come within the visualization or the scope of energy that we're wanting to channel. And when we create, and like this person says, create and play from your heart, that means you're using the first brain that pumps life into you and everything that you do, instead of giving your power away to a non-purified ego, a self-proclaimed projection of how you feel most of the time. Instead, you're choosing to visualize yourself with that imagination, with that creation, and dissolving the fear of feeling like you're either right or wrong, or you don't have a pure desire with what you're visualizing. Because if it comes from a good nature, if it comes from a great place, if it comes from the integrity of your heart, and it comes from a place of unconditional love and wanting to be of service to yourself at first so that you can be of service to others. So what we're doing with this meditation and what we're doing with being of service to others is really helping people visualize what they want. Helping people visualize what they intend, but also how they feel about it, and also how they have that profound sense of self-realization about it as well, is amazing and beautiful. So it's a simple thing. I was watching a documentary with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he literally visualized what he wanted, what he was dreaming about, wanting the poses, wanting the championships, wanting to be the actor. And he didn't know that he was going to be the politician at the, later end of his life. But he already knew what he wanted to be was that bodybuilder, was that actor, and he dreamed about it. And then he had something to model after these other bodybuilders on his wall. So he had something to model after. And then he also had something else that was being guided towards your highest good. So you're always modeling something. You always have something that you're attracted to, but you always feel like you're not good enough to have that certain thing. It's kind of like going to the store and feeling like you can't have all the things that you want, even though you can. You can do it within reason at this point and then build up to that. Now, I'm not saying to just be unreasonable and not have conventional reality within your tool belt, because then that would be me not allowing you to start out with something to go on so that you could reach to something else. So there's a way with non-physical reality and conventional reality and blending them together with visualization and really having the imaginations and always knowing that we're having assistance with that. But it's really just making the choice that I want to bring everything towards myself. I can send it out there in the ethers. I can put everything inside of my vortex, but I have to live as if it's already happened and have the faith that I know that it's going to come to me. Our timing is not the divine timing. We always think that it's the divine timing. We think that it's going to happen on our time when we get worried about the details or the outcome, or if we're doing it wrong or right, because there is no wrong and right with visualization. So there's no right or wrong with visualization. That's the problem. It's usually just allow yourself to see that it's just either I want to have a negative outcome or I want to have a positive outcome. Do I want to do things of a lighthearted nature, or do I want to do things of a dark nature? You have to make that distinction within yourself. So if you do things out of changing the polarity of positive and negative, make sure that your visualization is utmost in the clarity and the love and the patience and the wisdom and grace that you're channeling. It's about asking too. You have to ask the right questions, because if you don't know what you need to do, if you don't know where to go, you have to ask a lot of questions, and you have to ask to the point where you're seeking to where you believe in what you're doing and knowing you're in a state of constant reception. And be specific about what you want. Don't beat around the bush and say, oh, I just want, eat some food. Then that's not being very specific, right? So be specific about what you want. Like, I want a podcast one day. I want to own my own brewery one day. I want to be able to donate to charities, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. You can literally identify with what you want, be specific about it, and know what you really want out of your life. It doesn't have to be something complicated. It doesn't have to be something crazy. It could just be literally about having ice cream. You really want ice cream, you want to visualize it, you want something to come towards you, and it's a hot summer's day and you just really want some ice cream. Well, you have to visualize the ice cream, you have to see yourself eating the ice cream, and then you have to identify with the sensations and the feelings of eating that ice cream, like, you know, you can even act like Arnold if you wanted to, like, oh, this ice cream is so tasty and so good. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. We always make it too complex, but you know how Arnold sounds. The Terminator. That's it, that's all, you know? If you have to say that's it, that's all, then that's it, that's all. And you tell the divine, that's it, that's all, that's what I want. So do it. Do it on my behalf. Right now. It may sound ridiculous, and it is ridiculous, but it gets to the point and it drives the point home and it makes sense so that you are able to have a grounded form about what you're experiencing. And it gives you the fuel that you need. And yeah, it's like this person said, we have to be delusional sometimes. We have to look like that delusional person that's enthusiastic, that's very confident. I used to look at these people and feel like they were crazy, but they're so happy. They love life. They're so enthusiastic. They have the authority of life because they're not choosing to allow their circumstances and experience, knowing that they can place themselves within the experience before it happens. They can teleport into their future manifestations. And I talk about that all the time, but I didn't really break it down. And I always talk about that we've experienced every type of experience before it's happened, all the time. There's always an aspect of ourselves that has experienced it before we experienced it. It's just the nature of the reality of it. So let's say, like, I have a here. So there's a version of me that picked a tan cigar, and there's another version of me that picked a darker cigar. So there's another parallel reality version where I'm a millionaire, and there's another reality like right now where I'm doing this live. So it's just initiating those different aspects of your personality, your emotional state, your intentions, and also your wisdom and how you channel it and how well do you channel it and things of that nature. And I'm not saying you have to be an expert, because I'm not the expert and I don't know everything. And I don't claim to know everything. I just claim to know what Spirit gives me and how to deliver it to you so that you have it in a grounded form to some degree. I don't claim to know everything. Because if I did know everything, and if everybody knew everything, we would all just, mess it up. And that's why there needs to be wisdom and integration and a sense of awareness, not just self-awareness or self-importance, because that's service to self. That's how everybody's living on this earth plane. So instead of having awareness of the self, of the I am presence, of the visualization, of wanting to tap into all of your experiences and allow them to coalesce inside of one with that simultaneous multiplicity nature, then it allows you to add more depth and character to the way that you're projecting reality itself. And that's what's beautiful. So I was and I had an intense download like 2 days where I've literally laid on my back and I had to lay down, and both of my animals that I have in my life right now literally were assisting me with something. And I talked about it on, I believe, the Wednesday live, because yesterday I was way too drained spiritually and I needed rest. And some of you, that's the reason why you guys have rest, so that you're visualizing within your dreams. You're doing so many different things in your dreams. You're doing soul retrievals and you're being of service in your dreams. But it's also allowing you to have that analogy of your dreams being a visualization and a representation of yourself. Now, if it's a distorted dream and a negative dream and a dream that's not of the highest love, you have to disregard that. But when it's a dream that is of a teaching nature, of a nature where it's helping you be multidimensional and multifaceted and to give you a sense of wisdom, then that dream is representing and reflecting something back to you. And some of us may have dreams of distortion where we need to look at something and we need to clear, but most of the time if something's trying to penetrate your dreams, that's not of a good nature. But when we do have dreams and they're very prolific, or you felt like you went on a journey, that's basically how we should live life, as a dream. That we're the dreamer of it always, but that we're living the dream itself, and we're the dreamer inside of it that's projecting all of these other things everywhere. I'm projecting you and you're projecting me inside of this camera. And that's really what's happening, not what we usually think that it is. I love that. Row your life is but a dream. So something that I manifested, well, it's kind of like I saw this cigar ashtray that I have with me right here. I saw it and I didn't have the money to buy it. And then I saw it again, and then I had the money to buy it, and then I bought it. So I saw it, I knew I wanted it, and I knew I was going to have it, but I didn't have it at the time that I was supposed to have it. And also, like on TikTok, where I started doing, like sharing gifts, and I started, bringing more of a community together, which allowed me to connect with more people, which allowed me to have more people subscribing to the feed, but it also allowed me to be of service in a much greater way. So that's something that I manifested, and which allowed me to make a living, and which allowed me to read your guys' comments, be more engaged with you guys, because usually I would do the messages and I wouldn't even look at the comments anymore, because I would just be so focused on the message. But I've tried to allow myself to calm down the energy so I'm able to look at your guys' comments, because I feel like they're needed when I'm conducting these things. So, and also the life that I've manifested here, I've visualized so much, and so much growth and change and healing, and the stuff that I've been visualizing, writing down for years, have finally come to fruition. So it's really just the stuff that you're writing down, and you think that it hasn't happened yet, and you feel like it's never going to happen. But then a year goes by, and then it does happen, and then it dawns on you that you were just projecting to your future manifestations. And that's what's beautiful about the spiritual journey itself. It's that all the things that you've been intending about, praying for, soaking, and learning about finally come to fruition. Yes, it's a good way to do that. I used to write all through my journal. I have a journal filled with stuff that I'll probably maybe never use. But yeah, I've had journals written through stuff. I studied Notre Dame. I studied so many different things, and was so intricate with it, and wanted to figure out all of these other things. And that's what it leads us to. And I read so many different books too. And then I started receiving the knowledge itself. And then I don't read as much as I used to. I read sometimes if I feel like it's needed. But then I see I receive so much information, receive so much wisdom. And it's just amazing what you can project out into the world. And it may not happen right then and there, but it will come to you, and it will surprise you. It's like the element of surprise of spirit is very beautiful. Because if you are not willing to allow or to receive the element of surprise of spirit, then you could be withholding that from yourself. And it comes with clearing karma, it comes with clearing, it comes with healing, it comes with learning more and maturing more and having more wisdom. But then it turns into really just honing your skills. And it's not really about right or wrong, but it's seeing that our thoughts and our words are so powerful. What we're sending out, what we're projecting, what we're feeling in our heart and within our resonance is what's always going to guide us to what we need to do. Well, some people can get in a meditative state and listen to heavy metal. I mean, I listen to rap music and I find it very zenful. So whatever helps you. But there is some music I can't listen to. But there is music that I listen to, and probably someone would look at me and be like, what's that? Well, whatever gets you in that Zen state, that's the point of it. Whatever frequency allows you to get into who you are. That's the point of it. That's the point of resonance. It doesn't matter what I say, but it matters what you say and how you feel. Because I could say something and you were like, that's just bullshit, right? But that means that you're being truthful to yourself if you think I'm full of shit, because you're thinking for yourself, right? You're thinking for yourself, and that's what's beautiful. And I remember one of my clients said that when they hear my messages, they say, you could have 2 people on there or nobody on there, and you'll give the message. That's why it's important just to give the message and move on. Just to give the message, put your heart out there, and people will receive it, or the universe might receive it. And that's what's beautiful. So we're going to do a meditation. With this live, we're going to do a meditation. And we're going to visualize what we want. Okay? We're going to relax into it. We're going to find the intention. We're going to find the representation, but also we're going to look at our portrait. We're going to look at our divine portrait. We're going to see it. We're going to intend it. We're going to wish, pray, and then actualize it and make it real. Okay. So. Everybody take a deep breath. Exhale. And I want you to intend upon what you want, what you desire, what you crave. Allow that desire to be pure. Have a purified ego with what you really want to bring within your existence. What do you really desire? What do you really want? How does the want access your needs? What are the sense perceptions and the emotions that are tied to that vision, that prophecy that's been laid before you? And you can literally project about it. You can literally be there within that moment. You could literally have an open-eyed vision, a prophetic vision of what is going to happen in your life. Also, how to teach you, how to guide you, how to nurture you, but also develop that sense of imagination, as if you're teleporting into your future manifestations. You're teleporting into the experience of it. You're allowing yourself to quantum leap into it, to imbibe it, to enjoy it, and you're allowing yourself to be the essence of every experience that you've ever had inside of yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be a reminiscence of a moment, but you're allowing yourself to be the moment, to be the state of being, to be the energy of who you are. And that's what's so amazing about this, is that you can become it right now. You can channel that energy from the future and be an electromagnetic kinetic source energy and place it inside of yourself. You can literally be your own guided meditation, always, every time that you wake up in the morning. You can allow yourself to be that guided meditation. You can be the meditation itself. You can be the energy of that vision and that intention and that miracle that's being set into motion. You can see it unfold in front of you and be why it's unfolding. And that's what makes it beautiful. So just be with yourself for a moment and just feel as if you can accomplish anything that you desire. And be kind of like Arnold, like from that documentary I was talking about. He saw himself doing the poses, he saw himself in the movies, And he saw himself being a person who needed to be more of service, like a politician. You can have those phases in your life. You don't have to just do one thing. But it could be just being a good mom. It could be just being a good girlfriend or boyfriend. It could be just wanting more enjoyment out of your meditations. That there is no right or wrong. There is only the polarity of positive and negative. That I want to be that light body. I want to be of a lighthearted nature. I want to wake up in the morning and be that double shot espresso coffee in the morning, and be that jolt in the morning, and to be that energetic download of Source itself. How can I be that energetic download of Source itself? How can I tap into my heart and allow my prophecy to be fulfilled? My destiny, the keys of my destiny is realizing that visualization is the key to setting it in place, setting it up, but also being there simultaneously. How can I be there simultaneously? How can I bring it towards me? How can I be the love that I'm seeking? How can I be the car that I am buying? Some of you probably want a Mercedes G-Series. Like myself, I wouldn't mind having a Ford Raptor. But you have to feel the leather of the car, you have to feel the steering wheel, and you have to feel the radio, everything about it. And you just have to feel into that. Because you are the vehicle of the divine. You are made of money. You are made of compassion and unconditional love already fully realized. It's just you felt like you haven't had the right actions to demonstrate that. But this is really visualizing the actions before you take it. And then when you visualize it, you'll learn how to design certain decisions to transcend the human condition. And you'll see that you'll find the resources and you'll find a way to follow the journey itself. But it's having that faith within yourself to know that it will happen. It'll happen very quickly. But you have to allow it to surprise you. You have to allow it to make you receive. To make you have faith that it will happen. It just hasn't happened yet. But it's already happened. But in my current scope of consciousness, it just hasn't happened in this parallel aspect of myself. You can literally pull the moon to yourself. You can literally draw the energy there because you are a magnetic force. Because this is the realm of imagination. It's not linearity. It allows you to create before it's being created. And this allows you to be the essence of every single moment. To be the cosmic abundance of every single moment. To find the right intentions, the right emotions, the right perceptions, the right attitude, and the right divine expression. But this isn't right or wrong. but it feels truthful within your heart. But for the sake of this meditation, finding out what works within your system, not what's right and what's wrong, then that's justification. You're trying to justify why something isn't working out for you. Instead, have allowance, have acknowledgement, and just have that recognition that you are the manifestation that you are visualizing. And that is how life can be very easy. Everybody take one last deep breath. Exhale. And so it is.